Hey everybody, this is Mike over at War Eagle Labs. Today I just wanted to take a little bit of time and walk you through the process on how we hydro dip red dots. Today we're going to be hydro dipping some red dots in some mossy oak patterns. So stick around and let's get to it. First thing you want to do is find out a way that you want to hold your RMRs while you're doing your dipping. You can use popsicle sticks, painter sticks. There's different methods out there. What we found is we just buy some metal bar. We just get that at Lowe's or any hardware store, and they tend to just mount on there pretty well. The reason we do this and we space them out, we can do 3 to 5 at a time. Is we'll then take them and we'll take them and we'll roll them into the dip, and it makes it easier for us to do it that way. Of course, you need to do your base coat. So that's the very first step after you get it mounted up, is to get your base coat on it. I'm not going to go through the painting process. That requires proper degreasing and etching and all that stuff. So properly paint it is the very first step. Once you have that, then we can get our film cut, go get that on the water, and show you how the dip goes. First thing we do after we get our film laid out is we're going to take our parts that we're going to dip, and you just want to kind of make sure you measure your film out. You don't need a lot of film for dipping a red dot, just a few inches on each side. But we always like to give ourselves a little extra, so that should be more than enough to do this dip. Then we'll just cut our film, and then now that we have our film cut, you can do it a couple different ways. You can just cut slots in this to keep it from trying to roll on you, or you can actually tape just the top and bottom, which is what I typically do on the red dots. It works perfectly fine. You don't have to tape, but it does help with the rolling of the film. All right, so next thing we want to do is get our film on the water. Different techniques to do this. Just basically walk it down real slow. Keep the bubbles from getting in there. And then you start your timer 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We have our water at 90 degrees, which is what mossy oak calls for. And then we'll just go ahead and get this kind of planed out while we're waiting. Should be good there. And what you want to do whenever you frame this out, you want to give yourself a little bit of space on the side so that when you spray it, the film will properly expand like it's supposed to and get any kind of wrinkles in there that are out. Just double check. Got any bubbles, you can push those bubbles out. Not too worried about these on the end because that's not even going to be close to where my dip is. Plan here while I wait on how I'm going to roll this in. So we want this to hit a little bit of what I'll call green leaf all the way around. So we'll probably go in right about here and just roll it. So right about there in the center. So we'll come in, we'll push it down a little bit. Sorry. See, that's why you practice. Push it down just a little bit, and then you roll and you push the whole time that you're moving. Okay. All right, our timer is going off, so now we're going to spray our activator about 12 inches away. Same speed all the way across. You'll see the film start to flow out and get like a glassy look to it, which is what you want. Right down where we practiced. I'm going to go in right here. Start our roll. Roll it all the way over. Down. Little shake. And then we have perfectly dipped red dots in mossy oak green leaf. All right, so there you have it. That's our basic process for how we hydro dip RMRs. Again, we did some mossy oak patterns today. We did full foliage, did bottomland, and we did green leaf. We are a licensed mossy oak applicator, and we're also a licensed Cerakote applicator. So any projects you got out there, whether they're turkey guns, deer guns, pistols, motorcycle helmets, we can hydro dip it, we can Cerakote it. There's always a process. We also do powder coating. So just reach out, let us know if you need anything. Also, we're available for questions on tips, tricks, how to do things. You can always hit us up, and we're happy to help with that as well. So like and follow, and we will see you next time.